Good morning, children. In the previous section, we had discussed the process of spermatogenesis. I hope it will be clear to you. I have shown each and every concept of that in your book, and I have also provided you the notes. Today, we are here discussing the oogenesis. Oogenesis means formation of ova, that is the process of gametogenesis which takes place in the female reproductive system. There is a big difference in spermatogenesis and oogenesis, that the process of oogenesis starts in the fetal ovary. Fetal ovary means when the birth of a female child has not been taken place, it is there in the body of mother uterus only. In that case only the division starts, or the process of formation of ova or egg starts in the fetal ovary. That means this whole process I am going to tell you with the help of the book only. Now come to here. Here I am showing you the structure of the internal structure of the ovary. This is the internal structure of the ovary in which the various stages of the ovas are shown, that I am going to tell you. Now this is the structure of the complete process of oogenesis. Now what I was telling you, that in the fetal ovary, from here they have started the process of oogenesis, and they have here given the mature female gamete or oogenesis. It starts in the process of fetal ovary. It is here written that it starts in the fetal ovary. Now the whole process can be explained with the help of the flow chart. I am going to tell you with the help of this diagram also, with the help of this diagram also, and with the help of this chart also. Firstly, you focus on this chart. Look at here. First of all, these are the germ cells which are present here. These are this complete layer, internal structure of the ovary. These are the germinal epithelial cell. Now these germinal epithelial cell will undergo mitosis to form oogonias. Many more oogonias will be formed. Now from this, in the fetal ovary, this process is going on, and in these oogonia will start their meiosis division, and this meiosis will arrest in prophase 1. You are to recall your process of meiosis, that first stage of the meiosis 1 is prophase 1. So oogonia will start meiosis 1 and it will be arrested in the prophase 1. And now out of the thousands of oogonia, here we are taking only one oogonia. So this one oogonia, for one only we are taking. All oogonia will perform the same process, where one oogonia will enlarge, and they will get enlarged one after the other. Not all will not enlarge simultaneously. So one cell will enlarge, and now it is called as primary oocyte. Now this primary oocyte, first you see just in chart only, then I will show you in the picture. This primary oocyte is now surrounded by many follicle cells, and this structure, when primary oocyte is surrounded by follicle cell, it is called as primary follicle. And this layer by which it is surrounded, that layer is called as granulosa layer, and at this time the birth of female child takes place. That means in the female child ovary, the primary follicles are present. Now what will happen, कि these large number of primary follicle from the birth till the puberty, what will happen, large number of primary follicle will degenerate, and at the time of puberty, at about 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicle will left in the ovary of a female at the time of puberty. Now what happens at the time of puberty? Now the primary follicles will further covered by one more granulosa layer, and they will again be covered by one more layer, that is called as theca layer. These are shown in the diagram I am showing you later on. First I am completing this chart. So primary follicle will be covered by one more granulosa layer and theca layer, and now this complete structure is called as secondary follicle. Now this secondary follicle will convert into tertiary follicle. So what is the structure of tertiary follicle? That in this there is a fluid filled cavity is present, which is called as antrum, and the theca layer which was present here in the secondary follicle also. This theca layer will now divided into theca interna and theca externa. Now a very important event will take place in this tertiary follicle only, that primary oocyte in which the meiotic division was arrested in the prophase 1 stage, now will complete its first meiotic division. Which one? Primary oocyte. This was the all structure which was taking place around the this primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle. These are the structure which are developing outside the primary follicle, primary oocyte, sorry. So now primary oocyte will complete its first meiotic division, and now it will convert into secondary oocyte. So now in tertiary follicle, the secondary oocyte will present. Secondary oocyte is present in tertiary follicle. And what is tertiary follicle? In which antrum is present and theca interna, externa and granulosa layers are present. After that, what will happen? That this tertiary follicle will convert into Graafian follicle, which is a mature follicle. And in this Graafian follicle, the secondary oocyte is present, and that secondary oocyte will further surrounded by one more layer, that is called as zona pellucida. It is the innermost layer present most near to the secondary oocyte. Okay. Now what will happen? That Graafian follicle will rupture and it will release the secondary oocyte, and now the process of ovulation takes place. Ovulation is what? It is the process of release of ova from the ovary, and now this ova will enter into fallopian duct. But this ova is there in the secondary oocyte condition. One can ask you, this is a 1 mark question, that ovulation takes place in which stage? That is in secondary oocyte condition. Now in secondary oocyte condition, this ova will enter into the fallopian duct. And secondary oocyte condition, if the entry of sperm is there in the fallopian duct, then this secondary oocyte will complete its second meiotic division. First meiotic division was completed earlier. Now it will complete after the entry of the sperm only. When sperm will enter into the zona pellucida layer and it will reach up to the secondary oocyte, then secondary oocyte will complete its secondary meiotic division, and now it is called as ovum. And once the ovum is formed, then the sperm will fuse with the ovum to form the zygote, and that way here the complete fertilization will take place. We are to discuss the process of oogenesis till the formation of ovum. So it is a little bit complicated process in comparison to spermatogenesis. Now I am showing the whole process in this structure. This is what it is, the blood vessel, let it be. This is primary follicle. In primary follicle, the primary oocyte is there. Okay, in which the first meiotic division is arrested. Now it is surrounded by granulosa layer. I have labeled it myself, granulosa layer, in which primary oocyte is there. And now it will be called as secondary oocyte. When this is secondary oocyte, I have labeled here. Secondary oocyte will further be covered by theca layer. Now this is in themselves, they have shown here tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle, this cavity is called as antrum, and in tertiary follicle the secondary oocyte will form. This primary oocyte will complete its first meiotic division and it will develop into secondary oocyte. Everything is labeled here. This is secondary oocyte. It will be covered by zona pellucida layer as I have labeled here, and then theca interna, theca externa and granulosa layer. So this is a complete Graafian follicle is there. From the Graafian follicle, the release of ova will be there, that is now called as secondary oocyte will be released, but here it is written ovum, but I have mentioned that it is secondary oocyte. Okay. After the release of ova, here the corpus luteum will form. It will come in the next topic. Okay. But secondary oocyte is released from the ova, from the ovary. This process is called as ovulation. Now come to here. This is the diagrammatic sketch of complete process of oogenesis. This is, they have shown oogonia. Oogonia is formed by the germinal epithelial cell. This process is taking place in the fetal cell only. one of the oogonia will enlarge in size. This is called as primary oocyte, and primary oocyte में first meiotic division is arrested, and at this time the birth will take place, and from the birth till the puberty many follicle cells will get degenerated, and whatever the left they will further develop. And now, as I told you, this primary oocyte now will be present in primary follicle, and then in secondary follicle, and then in tertiary follicle. And when this primary oocyte will be there in tertiary follicle, then it will complete its second meiotic division. It will form secondary oocyte and first polar body, which has no use. Now this secondary oocyte, in this stage the ovulation will take place, and this secondary oocyte will complete its second meiotic division after the entry of the sperm, and now it is called as ovum, and second polar body will form. It has also no use. So this way, from one oogonia, one ovum is formed, but in spermatogenesis, from one spermatogonia, 4 sperms were formed. It is the result of one spermatogonia. Here from one oogonia, only one ovum is formed. There is a big difference of spermatogenesis and oogenesis. I think you are getting everything. Okay, if any problem, we will be discussed in the Zoom class. Thank you.